Well, good morning, folks. I guess it's been over a week or so since I made a video, so I thought I would get out of my chair and come out here and cook something for today's lunch. Today I'm going to make it a little interesting. I don't know. I'm going to try some Philly cheese dish. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? I think it's going to be. Now, to use the topping, I already got it pre-done here, but what I did was I used an onion and a half, and I've got about a pound of roast beef. Now this is made so I can freeze some, so the recipe I'll post will be for a smaller batch. I got some onions in there, and I put some seasoning. Now, there's also a few mushrooms, and that's not usually put into those kind of things, but I like mushrooms. So, but some of the seasoning that I put in there is I used a little bit of garlic when I was sauteing them. I also used a little bit of Italian seasoning because I like it. I also put in some of this chipotle pepper because I like it a little bit on the hot side, but not too hot. And I did it in virgin olive oil. Now, guess I better put on my fancy cooking hat here to keep any hair from falling into my food. We don't want that. The first thing I got to do is I got a kind of a plate prepared here. You can do it in a pie plate. I just chose this one because it's a little bigger batch. I'll set that aside. And now I'm going to have to get some really hot water. Let that run a second. I'm going to get out some instant yeast. Takes it a while to heat that water. The tank is so far from the kitchen, but it's getting there. Oh yeah, warming right up. That's more than enough water. I don't know how much I'll use of it, but I'll use some of it. First thing I want to do is I'm going to add some flour, maybe a couple of cups or so to start with. There, I'll put this aside. I'm going to add some salt, about a half a teaspoon. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons, or no, not quite. I think there's probably 3 tablespoons of sugar in this batch. Got that. Of course, we're going to need some olive oil in there. Put that in there. Now, we'll see if we can get this up in the air a little bit. The dough hook. All right, now I'm going to throw in some yeast. That aside. Bring this up into the air a little bit. more water. Now I just want to scrape down those sides, make sure they're all, everything's mixed in there. Now a little bit more flour. That wind is blowing out there today. Still haven't got my lawn raked yet. I got so much crap on it from the winter time. I'll finally be able to see some of it now. Well, yeah, that's beginning to look good. Stretchy, stretchy. Flour up my top here a little bit. We'll shut that off. Scrape off that dough hook. See what we got here. Yeah, this should work pretty good. You want it a little bit wet when you take it out, and then you flour it up and work with it afterward. See how stretchy that is? It's gonna be a good dough. From there, a little flour on top. Now I just want to move this out of the way. Back there for a while. Move these seasonings out of the way. Flour I'm going to need. Water I'm not going to need. And over here. There. More space to work. Ooh. Nice and warm. See that dough? See how stretchy it is? That's what you want. A little kneading here. Start sticking to your hand, just give it a little bit more flour. All right, let's see if we can make it this size. Mix that back in. Sticking to the fingers a little. All right, let's try that again. Sometimes I wish I had a little bit bigger table to work on, but this will do. Work it so it all fits in your dish. You can cut off any excess that you're not going to be using. Pack it down in there. But you want to make it at least come up to the top. That looks pretty good. Ooh, hear that wind. There. Didn't have too much left over. Trim this off on this side a little bit. Now, next thing I want to do is put in my filling. I'm using this fork because I don't want to get any too much grease in it, you know. Oh, that looks good. I don't know if you've ever tried this before, but it certainly will hit the spot. Like I say, you do it in olive oil, and that kind of helps not have quite so much fat in it. Look at all that. Isn't that going to be great? Now the next thing I want to do is put some American cheese on the top of it. I think I got some in here somewhere. Yep. You make it as cheesy as you want. If you like cheese, put more of it on. If you don't, put in just a little. Simple to do. Now this goes into a cold oven at about around 350 or so, and for half an hour. And then you're going to take it out and let it cool off for a while before you even try to cut it up. But we'll put this cheese in there. I'm going to put it on a baking pan so it, just in case it doesn't boil over a little bit. I like mine cheesier, as you probably guess, so using a little bit more cheese probably than you would, but cheese is good for you. I know they say it's got calories in it, but everything you eat's got calories. Well, just about. All right. So I think my next step is I'm gonna throw this in the oven and let it bake for 30 minutes, and I'll probably be back later I might even throw this in there and bake a little muffin out of it or something. I don't want to waste any food. What do you think? As long as you're cooking, you might as well put it in there and make a nice ball of bread out of it. Yeah. All right. So, I will be back. It's finished, folks, and here it is. Don't that look delicious? Sometimes I think I could take a horse shit and turn it into a gourmet meal. Oh well. You know those buns I cooked? Little different designs. Just playing around a little bit. There you go. Boy, that's gonna be tasty. Can't wait for lunch. Catch you folks all later.